Good evening, everybody. How are you? So, today is Friday. We are going to deal with the correction of the reported speech we dealt with last Wednesday. Then we're going to start with the grammar bank correction, reported speech. And everybody, please open your books on the grammar bank unit 8b. And we'll start by correcting it after the explanation. Then we're going to move on a reading comprehension regarding the media. Then today we're going to deal with the vocabulary, the media, medios de comunicación. Very important when we want to communicate, learning a language and whatever. And then it's time to start. Are you ready for today's lesson? Well, of course. So let's start on the grammar bank. Oh, I wanted this and we need this now. Bye bye and hello. Here we are. Grammar bank correction, on page number, everybody, 147. Then, if you remember, we were dealing with reporting verbs. That depending on what kind of function of language we want to express, what is the purpose when we report the sentence, then we had 1, 2, 3 different patterns: to plus infinitive, object pronoun, to plus infinitive, a gerund, and that certain, some of them, agree, promise, admit, regret, and deny, could also be followed by that and a clause. Then I think that you learned and you read the grammar explanation I sent you by mail. So let's see, when you put into practice that, how was it? And here we can correct it together. Then exercise A said, complete with the gerund or infinitive of the verbs in brackets, depending on the verb that they gave it in the example. For example, number 1, Jamie insisted on. Insist on is a preposition, then remember, after a preposition, of course, a gerund. Then, Jamie insisted on paying for the meal. Number 2, Lauren has agreed. Agreed is followed by an infinitive. So, Lauren has agreed to work late next week. To work late next week. Number 3, I warned Jane. The verb warn has the pattern number 2. Warn somebody to do or not to do something. So, I warned Jane not to walk through the park at night. Number 4, the man admitted. Admit is followed by a gerund. So, number 4, the man admitted stealing the woman's handbag. Number 5, the doctor advised. The verb advise, aconsejar, siempre aconsejamos a alguien hacer algo. Then advised somebody, Lily, to give up drinking coffee. How is it? How is it going? ¿Lo tienen bien? ¿Algo mantenimiento? I hope so. Number 6, the boss persuaded. Persuade is pattern 2. We always persuade somebody, Megan, to do or not to do something. Then the boss persuaded Megan not to leave the company. Number 7, Freya accused. The verb accused is always accused somebody of doing something. Then, because of, as of is a preposition, for sure is followed by a gerund. So, Freya accused me of trying to steal her boyfriend. Or can also be regarding of past. Freya accused me of having tried to steal her boyfriend. Both sentences would be correct. Number 8. I apologize, disculparse, to somebody for doing something. You have to learn it like that. Apologize to somebody for is a preposition, so the verb must be followed by gerund. So, I apologize to Abby for not remembering her birthday. For not remembering her birthday. Number 9. Did you manage to convince your parents to come, infinitive, tonight instead of tomorrow? Because we convinced somebody to do something. And number 10, my neighbor denied. The verb deny is always followed by gerund. So, my neighbor denies damaging my car, but I'm sure it was him. Clear? Then you have to focus on the kind of pattern. And now we are going to change direct speech, inverted commas, into indirect speech depending on the function of language. Send complete using a reporting verb from the list and the correct form of the verb in brackets. Use an object where necessary. And we had accuse, invite, offer is in the example, promise, recommend, refuse, remind, suggest, and threaten. For example, Diana said to me, I take you to the station. Then Diana offered to take me to the station because she is offering. That's the function of language. That's the reporting verb. So, let's say. Number 1. Ryan said, let's go for a walk. It's a beautiful day. What is Ryan saying? What is he doing? He's suggesting. Very good. So, Ryan suggested going for a walk. Suggest and gerund. Suggested going for a walk. Very good. Number 2. You copied an exam, the teacher said to him. Then what's the teacher doing? Oh, she is accusing a pupil, a student, of doing something. Then it's accuse somebody of doing something. Then the teacher accused him of copying Anna's exam. Accuse somebody of doing something. Let's go. Example 3. Sam's neighbor told him, I'll call the police if you have any more parties. Then, what is Sam's neighbor doing? Threatened. Está amenazando. Then, Sam's neighbor threatened to call the police if he had any more parties. Threaten is followed by an infinitive. Very good. Number 4. The children said, we are not going to bed, it's much too early. I think that every child, says that at night. Then they don't want to go to bed, they are refusing. Then the children refuse to go to bed because refused is followed by an infinitive. Number 5. Simon said to me, would you like to have dinner with me? Well, Simon is inviting me. So, Simon invited me to have dinner with him. Because the verb invite, it's invite somebody to do something. Then he invited me to have dinner with him. Number 6. Molly said to Jack, don't forget to phone the electrician. Then Molly reminded Jack to phone the electrician because to remind somebody to do something. Number 7. Ricky said, I never do it again. What is Ricky doing? He's promising something. Then Ricky promised not to do it again or never to do it again. You can make the negative form or you can use never. Promise not to do it again. And number 8, Sarah said, "You really must try Jagged Buddies. It's a fantastic restaurant." She is recommending me with must. Sometimes when it's a strong recommendation, you can use should, but when it's a strong recommendation, you use must. Then Sarah recommended trying that restaurant because recommend is followed by a verb with gerund. So these were the answers and the explanation. I hope that you did it perfectly well. Otherwise, you can send me an email with any doubt you have. Yeah? Then, taking notes, we corrected that. And now, let's start with today's lesson. So, everybody please go on page, open your books. Let's go back on page 80. And we're going to look for a reading and vocabulary and deal with it. Then reading and vocabulary, the media, on page 80. So everybody come on. And in your book you have this. Number 4, reading and vocabulary. This is an extract from 24 Hours in Journalism. And this contains, this reading comprehension has 6 different people and they are telling us what are they doing between 6 and 8 in the morning. What are their routines. Then you have to match each paragraph, each extract, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extracts. Yeah, you have to match the extract with different kinds of journalists. There are different kinds of journalists. We have a war reporter, un reportero de guerra, bélico, the online editor of the magazine Marie Claire, a paparazzo. What is a paparazzo? A paparazzo es un periodista o una periodista en singular. El plural, a paparazzi. Then paparazzo is singular and paparazzi is plural. Then we have a radio news presenter, an agony aunt. Do you know what is an agony aunt? La tía de la agonía. Well, an agony aunt normally had to do with a female journalist, una donna de normal, and it is a female advice columnist. Es una consejera sentimental de una columna especial sobre problemas que tiene la gente y ella lo resuelve. An agony aunt. And a freelance journalist. Do you know freelance? What does it mean? It's a person who works for herself. And then it's independent. Es un periodista independiente. Trabaja para sí mismo. Then you have to read and you have to match what kind of journalist. Moreover, in the extracts, you can focus that there are different gaps, 12 gaps. What's missing? Well, it is a multiple choice exercise. ¿Qué es un multiple choice? You go reading and you have to fill in the gaps with this vocabulary. Then, gap number one, you go reading and you have to think that what's the correct word. Readers, viewers, or audience. Then in context, audience es el público, viewers son los que van siguiendo a la televisión, and readers son los que leen un periódico, leen un texto. Entonces, por contexto tienes que saber qué palabra será. Then hardworking, intelligent, or glamorous. Titles, headline, story, report, article or news. Arrangement, plan. Assignments, es un trabajo, una tarea para hacer. Or attachment, un adjunto. Go off, take off or be off. Reminds, recognizes, realizes. Makes, does or phones. Downloads, strolls, or clicks. Turn down, turns off, turns on, leads, pause, runs, controls, checks, or saves. Then, what do you have to do? Well, I'm going to go reading. No, please, I would like first of all, pause the video, take your time, and please do exercise 1, then which paragraph, which extract has to do with each kind of journalist, and fill in the gaps with the correct vocabulary. Then, if you want to do it, I can create the text for you and you can search for the vocabulary. Ready? Then I'm going to read it aloud, then you think about what's the missing word. When reporter and author John Dale wanted to show his readers what the life of a journalist was really like, he wrote to journalists from all different types of media and asked them to describe a typical day in their working life. 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Number 1. Helen Rachel wakes up excited with a Frank Sinatra song running through her head like a mantra. New York, New York. The first thing she reaches for is her BlackBerry. She's got all her complex life locked up in that electronic matchbox. Well manicured fingers tap keys, and she starts looking at her diary. She sees meetings. In her head, Helen is already choosing the wardrobe she needs to wear. She would like to look themselves. When you are this kind of journalist, you have to look. Number 2. You are listening to Today on Radio 4 with Justin Webb and James Nupty this morning. The Chancellor has warned that the row about paying bonuses threatens to put jobs at risk, but Labour have accused him of putting the economy into reverse. A new says that all people who need care have been let down by social services which pass them round like a parcel. Extract 3. Anything happening? 2 IEDs have exploded this morning. How many have you found? 14. It's a bad start to the day and the warning. Somerville climbs into a British armoured vehicle. It's dangerous, although he's well used to that. His life is one of bloody headlines. Wherever he is, that's the big story. The army convoy moves forward. Somerville knows it's not if another bomb will hit one. Number 4. A limousine sweeps along Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, and turns in between the palm trees which mark the driveway of an undistinguished chain hotel. It pulls up, and a uniformed commissioner steps forward and reaches for the handle of the rear door. He pulls it open, and the woman's legs appear. Her face and says, "Good evening, madam." The woman smiles and walks through the door into the lobby. Outside in the hotel grounds, a man carrying several large cameras, a call on his mobile. She's here. Number 5. Samantha Ball gets out of bed, goes into the kitchen and makes the first coffee of the day. She sits at her computer and opens her emails. Give me work. She's been sending out lots of ideas, hoping that at least one of her stories would be accepted. She down the screen, nothing. Zilch. Samantha is starting to feel sidelined. She at TV and stares at the news, hardly taking it in. Why don't editors reply? Number 6, the last one. While organizing her 3 children for school, Katie Fraser switches on her computer. She dozens of Facebook groups dealing with everything, from drugs to abandoned wives to panic attacks and premature babies. Her messages. The first one says, I've had enough of feeling like this now. Doctors keep giving me pills, but they don't work. Fraser has to take the dog for a walk, as well as get her kids ready for school. Come on, everyone, she keeps saying, time to go. Then please try to fill in the gaps with the vocabulary. The Chancellor of Exchequer is British government, is a minister for the British government. IED stands for improvised explosive device. It's a little bomb, a small bomb. Commissioner attendant is a person whose job is to help or serve. Give me, it's a slang word, contraction of give me. And fields in informal language means nothing. So pause the video, please, and do the exercise because we are going to correct. After pausing the video, let's correct. Then, this is a correction. Extract 1. Helen Reichel is an online editor of Marie Claire. Then we could say manicured fingers, the proper kind of clothes, then the readers would like to wear. Then it's an online editor of Marie Claire. Extract 2, it's a radio news presenter. Extract 3, we're dealing with bloody headlines. Son los titulares calientes, ¿no? Crueles también. Cruel, también una noticia cruel también. It's a war reporter. Extract 4, of course, is a paparazzo, a limousine, a famous person. Then a paparazzo is waiting for her. Number 5, this person, Samantha Booth, is waiting for somebody to call her because she is a freelance journalist. She's working for herself. And number 6, of course, is a person who is pregnant, then from drugs to abandoned wives. Anybody can read asking for help. Then she is an agony aunt, then an advice columnist. Then we know what kind of different kinds of journalists, and now let's correct the text. So number 1, the first one is to look like her readers. Then the correct one is readers. Number 2, to look glamorous. It's glamorous. Number 3, the headlines this morning, and then she starts saying the headlines. A new report. Report es un informe. Una noticia, un informe, report. Number 5, assignment. It is a dangerous assignment, es una tasca, una tarea para hacer. Por ejemplo, cuando os pido una writing, una redacción que me la enviéis, then you have a writing assignment. Es una tarea que realizar, que enviarme. Assignment. Number 6, the bomb will go off. Explotará. Go off. Then B, 7, he recognizes her face. Recognize a person, recognizes her face. Number 8, makes a call, because we make a call. We phone a person or you make a call. Number 9, she strolls down the stream. Stroll down es desplazar el cursor, mover la pantalla. Desplazar un cursor, mover, down the stream es stroll. Because you stroll, you move the mouse and you scroll down, desplazar el cursor de la pantalla, scroll down. Then 10, got number 10, what do you do with your TV? Well, you turn on or you turn off the TV. Because turn down is the volume, then you turn on the TV. 11, run dozens of Facebook groups. Llevar diferentes grupos es run. It's like run a business, llevar un negocio, run a business, and you also run groups of Facebook groups or WhatsApp. And check your messages, comprobar si tienes mensajes, revisar is check. Then these were the correct words you had to have in your gaps. Well, I hope it was corrected. It was correct. And I would like now to deal with vocabulary, the media. Then vocabulary bank, everybody, page 161, the media, medios de comunicación, the media. And this vocabulary is divided into different fields. Number 1 has to do with journalists and people in the media. It's similar to what we have just done. We have agony aunt, newsreader, commentator, paparazzi, critic is in the example, presenter, editor, reporter, freelance journalist. The second has to do with adjectives describing the media. How can we describe the media? They can be sensational, biased, objective, accurate, or censored. And number 3, we are going to focus on the language use of headlines. The language of headlines, they usually avoid articles and they use short and snappy words. What is the meaning of snappy words? These words must be short and snappy, concisos, and catchy headlines para llamar la atención. And these newspaper headlines are usually, these kind of words are used in tabloids. What are the tabloids? It's the yellow press, la prensa de sensacionalista, del corazón, tabloids, yellow press. And here you have different headlines and focus on the vocabulary, the verbs used in the headlines. We have roam, to quit, to wet, bugs, tips, axed, quiz, beat, clash, bows, and split. Then by context, you have to match these highlighted words with the meaning. Then, now it's time for you to pause the video, please. Pareu el vídeo, feu en casa, because we are going to correct it later on. Then, the media. Tell me number 2. Then a critic is a person who writes a review about good or bad qualities of books, concerts, theater, films. Then now think about number 2. A person who describes a sports event while it's happening on TV or radio. Number 3. A person who collects and reports news for newspaper, radio, or TV. Number 4, you have to think about a person who is in charge of a newspaper or magazine or part of one and decide what should be in it. Number 5, find out a person who introduces the different sections of a radio or TV program. Number 6, a person who writes articles for different papers and is not employed for any one paper. Number 7, a person who reads the news on TV or radio. Number 8, photographers who follow famous people. And number 9, a person who writes in a newspaper, a magazine, giving advice to people in reply to their letters. So, let's correct the media. Now we have the corrections. Number 2, a commentator is the person who describes a sport event. Number 3, a reporter, a person who collects and reports news for newspapers. Number 4, an editor, a person in charge of a newspaper. Number 5, a presenter, a person who introduces the different sections. Number 6, a freelance journalist, a person who writes articles for different papers, working for his or himself or herself. Number 7, a newsreader, a person who reads the news on TV. And number 8, a paparazzi, then photographers who follow famous people. I think that paparazzi comes from Italian. And number 9, an agony aunt is a person who writes in a newspaper or magazine giving advice to people. How was it? Was it okay? I hope so. Is it was okay? Yeah? Well, let's move on the second part. Adjectives to describe the media. Then it could be the reporting in the paper was very sensational. The news on Channel 12 is really biased. Biased. Parcial, partidista. Objective. I think the Observer is the most objective of the Sunday papers. Number 4, the film review was quite accurate. Accurate, preciso, riguroso, fidedigno. Or number 5, I think the report was censored. Censurado. Then take into account this meaning. Let's correct. Yes. Then let's correct. What do you think? Number 1 is the reporting in the paper was very sensational. It has to do with the, it has to do with the 1D, because it made the story seem more shocking than it really was. Then, sensazionalista, they exaggerate shocking. Then, la prensa sensazionalista, 1D. Then, number 2, the news on Channel 12 is really biased. Biased is 2E, because you can't believe anything you hear on it. It's obvious what political party they favor. Partidista. Very good. Number 3, I think the Observer is the most objective. Then the most objective is B. It bases its stories just on facts, not on feelings or beliefs. Objetivo. Number 4, the film review was quite accurate. Preciso. Then, what do you think? Number 4, very good, it's A. It is said the plot was poor, but the acting good, which was true. Then, the opinion is accurate. Preciso. And number 5, I think the report was censored. Then it's C. The newspaper wasn't allowed to publish all the details, like a dictatorship. Then this was the result. 1D, 2E, 3B, 4A, 5C. Was it okay? Yeah? Then let's move on. Number 3, the language of headlines. 1, it's A. Famous actress in restaurant bill raw. Raw is an argument. It's a synonym of argument. Having a raw, for example, they are having a home raw, es un argumento, una discusión familiar de casa. Or sitting in raw, class raw, the first row, the second row, son en clase, ¿quién fila te sientes? La primera, the first row, the second row. But here it's a synonym of argument. Argument. Then. Let's say number 2. Oh, if it moves, it's going to be a nightmare. So we'll have to take into account this. Well, number 2. United boss to quit aftershock cup defeat. A synonym of quit. It's a verb that politicians here in Spain doesn't know. What do you think? Very good. It's E is going to leave. United boss to quit aftershock. Va a renunciar, va a dimitir. Then it's E. Dimitir, to quit. A synonym. Or resign. Yeah? Resign or to quit. Resign is more British English, to quit is more American English. Yeah? Number 3, Prince to wed 18-year-old TV soap star. Oh, el príncipe con una estrella de un culebrón. Una telenovela. To wed is the verb of the noun wedding. Si wedding es boda, ¿qué será? Que se va a casar. Very good. It's going to marry. Then it's a synonym of to get married or to wed. 4. Prime Minister backs his Chancellor in latest scandal. Number 4. What do you think? Back, you give your back, es respaldar. You give support, es recolzar a una persona. ¿Vale? Tu recolzes, give support, i dones el teu recolzament. Back, de recolzar-se, l'esquena. It's a verb. Back, give support. Number 5, Tarantino tips to win Best Director. Tip, bueno, aparte de la propina, to tip es que se inclinan a que sea el ganador. Se inclinan. Then it's I is predicted to be the winner. Is predicted to win Best Director. Number 6. Thousands of jobs asked by UK firms. What do you think? Thousands of jobs. Ready? Have been cut. Yeah, have been cut. Reduced. It's a synonym of reduced. Then it's be. Reduced. To cut. Reduced. Have been cut. Number 7. Stock market hit by oil fears. What do you think? What do you think? Let's see. Well, has been badly affected. Han sido golpeados. También lo decimos así, ¿no? Han sido golpeados por el mercado. Yeah. Well, o por la bajada en el que sea. Then it's have been affected. Badly affected. Los mercados han sido golpeados. Lo escuchamos a veces también. 8. Police quiz witness in murder trial. Quiz is a synonym of question, interrogate. That's why a UK quiz, vamos a ver un quiz. ¿Qué es un quiz? Es un juego de preguntas y respuestas. Then, police questions or interrogated, they are synonyms. Then it's safe. Number 9, astronaut bids to be first man on Mars. What do you think? What do you think is going to attempt? He offers or she offers to be the first man to take part in it. Se ofrece a hacer algo, va a intentarlo, va a ofrecerse. Then it's D. Very good. Number 10. Let's see. Ministers clash over new car tax proposal. To have a clash is when you have discussion about something. Then, to have a clash, here is going to be disagree. Yeah, you disagree. You discuss about something, you agree, you disagree, and this person don't come to an agreement. Then disagree. Ministers clash. Is J. J. Very good. Clash over. It's clash over. Un enfrentamiento, podríamos traducir. Clash over, un enfrentamiento. 11. Bayern Munich boss vows to avenge defeat. What is a vow? Celibacy vows son votos de castidad, but here is not that way. What do you think? Well, si pasan unos votos es que prometes algo. Then promises. Then 11H, promises. Yeah. What does he promises? To avenge defeat. Vengar. Oh, revenge. Vengarse de la derrota. Then vows, promises to avenge defeat. And 12, the last one. Footballer and wife split over affair with cleaner. Oh, what did he do? Footballer and wife. Well, they are going to separate. They are going to separate. Separate is a synonym of split up a relationship, but over an affair, porque tuvo un lío con una limpiadora, o ella con un limpiador, we don't know. Then they are catchy, they are short, and they are very used in the headline phrases. Then we have row, argument, to quit, resign, to wed, to get married, back, give support, tip, be predicted, axed, have been cut or eliminate, hit, suffered, quiz, questioned, bid, offered, attempt, clash, well, discuss, vows, promises, and split, separate. And this is the vocabulary, and these are the ones you have to have. So, well, here I had the explanation, but I have already done it. And to end up today's lesson, we are going to listen. Do you know these famous people? Can you recognize them? Well, we have Brad Pitt, the singer Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, Julia Roberts, Kate Bosworth, and Paris Hilton. Jennifer, there are 6 celebrities. Then we're going to listen to an interview with Jennifer Burr, one of the paparazzi who work in the Hollywood area. Why are these celebrities mentioned? Then it's going to listen to each one saying different kind of information. B. listen again and check the things that Jennifer says. Then here you have 9 different statements and you have to check the things that Jennifer says. We're going to read it aloud. 1. Many celebrities work with the paparazzi. 2. There are far more male paparazzi than female. 3. Most celebrities have a favorite paparazzo or paparazza. Paparazzo singular for male, paparazza singular for female. Number 4. It's easy for celebrities to avoid the paparazzi if they want to. Number 5. If celebrities are not photographed, the public become less interested in them. Number 6. There is no need to have strict laws to protect people from paparazzi. Number 7. Nowadays, many paparazzi use their phones to take photos. Number 8. There are some places where paparazzi won't go to try and get photographs. And number 9. Being followed by paparazzi is not stressful for most celebrities. Then, now, we are going to listen to Jennifer talking about famous celebrities.
4.46.
Brad Pitt said recently, "They call my kids by their names. They shove cameras in their faces. I really believe there should be a law against it." He was talking, of course, about paparazzi. But are the paparazzi really as bad as Brad Pitt says they are? Today in the studio with me is Jennifer Boole, who is an actual, is it paparazzi or paparazzo?
Paparazzo for a man, paparazza for a woman. Paparazzi is the plural.
So, Jennifer, are you good, bad, or in between?
Well, I think I'm a good girl. But some people would probably not like me.
A lot of people say there's a working relationship between celebrities and paparazzi. Would you say that was true? That celebrities actually tell you where they're going to be?
Yes, of course. That happens all the time. But I think that's what a lot of the public doesn't realize. You know, people shout at us and insult us when there is a big crowd of us around, let's say Britney Spears or Lindsay Lohan. I just want to tell them that they called us. And after we've sold the photographs, we split the money between the stars and us.
I've often thought that must be true. I mean, nobody just goes to the gym with their hair done and makeup on, unless they're actually expecting to be photographed.
Exactly. But don't get me wrong, it's not like all the celebrities want to be photographed. If a celebrity wants to go out and avoid the paparazzi, it's pretty easy to do. Celebrities that don't like it rarely get photographed. They very rarely get photographed.
Give me some examples of celebrities who genuinely don't want to be photographed. Like, who really hates it.
Julia Roberts hates it. Kate Bosworth hates it.
Are photos of them worth more money if they hate it?
It depends. No, not necessarily. Because they don't get photographed often, then nobody sees them in magazines, and they lose interest in them. Because they become boring.
What shot have you taken that you got the most money for?
Probably one of the shots that sold the best, that I didn't expect, didn't even know, was Paris Hilton carrying the Bible right before she went to jail. There were lots of paparazzi there, but I was the only one that got the Bible.
Do you think we need stricter laws to keep paparazzi away?
There are already enough laws. We don't need more laws or anti-paparazzi laws or anything else. There are places where celebrities can go to where they know they won't be followed, and places where they know they will be.
For example?
We don't go into restaurants, we don't go into stores, and of course, we don't go into people's homes. That's private property. But a beach or a park isn't.
So you don't think that being followed and photographed by the paparazzi is really stressful for celebrities?
I think there are only a few people for whom it's really and truly stressful. I'd say that in most cases, the star not only doesn't mind, but has actually told the paparazzi. This is where I'm going to be this afternoon.
Fascinating. Thank you very much for coming into the studio. Jennifer Boole, everybody.
So, here it was, the listening. You can, as always, if you need another time, then you rewind and you can listen to it. You can listen to it the time you need. Then it was talking about Brad Pitt, Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, Julia Roberts, Kate Bosworth, and Paris Hilton. Then, with kind of these things, out of these 9 sentences, did Jennifer talk about? Then you can take, listen again if you need it, and you can take, and this listen to it and take the things Jennifer said, and these were the things she said. So number 1 should be ticked, because many celebrities work with paparazzi. They know where they are and they cooperate. Number 4, it's easy for celebrities to avoid the paparazzi if they want to. He said that there were certain places, for example, houses or shopping centers, that it's avoid for them to go. And if they want to, they can avoid it. Number 5, and he said, who hates? Then Julia Roberts and Kate Bosworth hate it for sure. Paris Hilton loves being followed by paparazzi. Then, number 5, if celebrities are not photographed, the public become less interested in them. Then it had to do with money. For example, they hate and they earn money. They don't need paparazzi to be famous, but others, they do. Number 6, there is no need to have a strict laws to protect people from paparazzi, because the laws are clear. For example, if they go to the beach, it's a public space, then they can take pictures there. Number 8, there are some places where paparazzi won't go to try and get photographs. Yeah. For example, their homes, they can't go to their homes. And number 9, being followed by paparazzi is not stressful for most celebrities. Yeah, they think that it's an easy job and they don't consider it to be stressful at all. And the only thing they say is that paparazzi, well, I think that I heard that paparazzi comes from Italian, from the language, Italian language. So paparazzi is for a man, singular. Paparazzi is for a woman, in singular. And the plural is paparazzi. Then it was number 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And if you need more times, then you have the listening recorded, then no problem at all. Then we finish today's lesson with this, the vocabulary and the reading comprehension. And I would like you, we finish this unit, then I'm going to send you now, after the class, a grammar to review reported speech and a vocabulary to review the media, very important vocabulary for this level. So then you can do it at the weekend, this grammar and vocabulary, and I'll send you next week, the following week, the quiz. So, ready to review, and nice to see you again. See you next Wednesday. Bye-bye, take care, and have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.